laid off from my job, had no idea how I would pay rent, where I would get health insurance, what I was going to do next. But today I graduated from Yale with my MBA. Please never stop in
New program. What you got? Billy Jacobs. Billy Jacobs. New program where you help out people get in the damn parking spot. Look at this. You got to scoot up, sir. Oh, shit. Son of a bitch. How else is other people supposed to get the little wee Chevrolets and all those other son of a bitch Toyota cars? How are they going to get their stupid asses in the goddamn parking spot if your cheeks are hanging out like this? Your cheeks are hanging out. Lock the car. Black people be around here stealing.
This is really nice.
New program. What you got? Billy Jacobs. Billy Jacobs. New program where you help out people get in the damn car. And I'm drinking. I got a beautiful car here for you.
The Hyundai Sonata Hybrid.
Guess what? If you told a kid today that you get the colors of the rainbow, Roy G. Biv.
Okay.
Embarrassing for Baruch. This is so embarrassing for Baruch.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose those broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and home of the brave?
Mr. President, esteemed graduates, family, and friends from around the world, the hour is at hand, the guests assembled. It is time to begin this year's virtual commencement experience. Thank you to the Blue Notes for that beautiful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. We appreciate you being part of this historic day. Graduates, today we celebrate you. This day is the culmination of your dedication and resiliency that has guided you to resounding success during your academic journey at Baruch College. This day is testament to your accomplishments, of which there are many, and to those individuals, professors, family, and friends who helped you along the way. This day is a stepping stone to your future. Armed with your degree, the world is at your fingertips and yours for the taking. Baruch College is proud to be a most distinguished institution in the CUNY system. At any given time, there are more than 250,000 students pursuing degrees at CUNY colleges. Within this amazing system, Baruch has earned a national reputation as an engine for the economic and social mobility of its students, propelling many incoming students from the bottom 40% of household incomes to the top 40% after graduation. A Baruch education transforms lives, and we look forward to seeing you, how you make your mark on the world. Today is irrefutably a milestone for you, but it is also significant for Baruch's president, Dr. S. David Wu, as he presides over his first commencement ceremony. Since his start as the college's 8th president last July, President Wu has been instrumental in guiding Baruch through the pandemic, reimagining the paradigm of higher education, and determining how Baruch can best prepare its students for this new, fast-changing, and hybrid world. He will speak more on that shortly, but first, it is my pleasure to introduce CUNY Chancellor Felix Matos Rodriguez, who has some inspirational words for you on this momentous day.
Greetings, everyone, and thank you, President Wu, for including me in this most wonderful tradition. It is great to see you here after your first year of an incredible start here at Baruch. Congratulations on officiating the first of many commencement ceremonies, and thanks for your steady leadership during the COVID-19 pandemic. On behalf of the entire CUNY community, it is a privilege to extend enthusiastic congratulations to a very special group of graduates, the resilient and persevering and magnificent Baruch class of 2021. Let me begin with an acknowledgement and a salute. When you arrive at this university to begin your first class, you could not have imagined the events that would reshape our world and reconfigure your college journey for these last 2 academic years. I know this isn't the graduation ceremony that any of us could have imagined, perhaps even when we started the academic year back in August. But even without a procession in caps and gowns, nothing can diminish the importance of this occasion. It is not possible to understate the scale of your accomplishment and the admiration I have for all of you. I am so proud and honored to salute the class of 2021 and to express my appreciation for the faculty, staff, and families who play such a pivotal role in helping each student reach the finish line. Commencement season, I've said it before, it's my favorite time of the year. Like all of you, I long to be able to celebrate the occasion in person, to look out from the days and see a lengthy horizon of smiles and hear a resounding chorus of cheers. I have high fives and see families together. We have needed to tweak these traditions, but make no mistake, that does not make this modified commemoration any less memorable. For more than a year now, you confronted a relentless confluence of circumstances and challenges for which none of us could have adequately prepared. From the arrival of the coronavirus and its subsequent surges, to the transition to distance learning and virtual events, and the anxiety of an economic downturn, a consequential presidential election last fall, and a renewed nationwide push for racial and social justice, you conducted yourselves fittingly, admirably, and with great purpose. For many of us, the crisis has been accompanied by personal loss. On behalf of the university, I want to offer sincere condolences to all who are grieving. And still, through all that we've been through, the sacrifices that we needed to make to protect our safety so we could begin to recover and to get to where we are today, you never stop pursuing your goals and your dreams. I hope you're able to look back and feel an incredible sense of pride, as well as a degree of optimism for the way you responded and helped your community heal. Class of 2021, I am humbled by your selflessness, by your kindness to each other. The education that you fought so hard to attain will enable you to flourish as you stepped into a world that has changed since you first arrived. But make no mistake, you are stronger for what you endure, and you're ready to leave your mark in the world. We will never forget your courage and resilience. I hope you never forget CUNY, because we will always be here for you. Congratulations to you and to your families and to the entire campus community. This is your day to celebrate. You did it. All good wishes to you moving on forward, and the best of luck. Suerte y éxito.
Thank you, Chancellor. Now I am pleased to introduce President S. David Wu. He joined Baruch at an auspicious time as the college confronted the global pandemic and pivoted to a remote environment. As the world around us changed, new models for teaching, research, and student services have become essential. And President Wu has an innovative and strategic vision to lead Baruch through this pandemic shift. Dr. Wu joined us from George Mason University, where he served as provost and executive vice president. Under his leadership, which began in 2014, Virginia's largest public research university experienced historic growth in cutting-edge academic programs, embraced multidisciplinary collaboration, and increased student diversity and academic outcomes. For more than a decade prior to his tenure at George Mason, Dr. Wu was Dean and Iukoka Professor of the Rodson College of Engineering and Applied Science at Lehigh University. He was also a visiting professor at the University of Pennsylvania and the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. An accomplished scholar in systems engineering and operations research, he holds MS and PhD degrees from Pennsylvania State University, and he has published extensively in areas such as game theory, optimization, econometrics. Some 40 years ago, President Wu came to the United States and to New York City from his native Taiwan as an international student. Since joining the Baruch community, he has said that it feels very much like his homecoming. Without further ado, please welcome President Wu.
Good morning. It is my honor to address the class of 2021 for your virtual commencement experience and to congratulate you on your accomplishments. Your final year as Bearcats coincided with my first year as the 8th president of Baruch College. The completion of your academic career so far and the start of my tenure at Baruch are important milestones in our lives. Experiences them virtually as we have will likely to influence us in ways we cannot foresee right now. I'd like to call the time that we have spent inhabiting, maximizing, and personalizing the online world as a dress rehearsal for the future. This is why. Depending on the industry and organization you will join, returning to office and to the future of work will look different than before. Companies and large organizations are exploring hybrid models for their employees, customers, and patrons. And because of your resilience in navigating this new environment, in adapting to previously unimaginable changes to your lives and our world, I'm confident that you have what it takes to be that agent of change. This is precisely my goal for Baruch, to build on the lessons we have learned from the past to lead a paradigm shift in the future. Being the president of Baruch College has been my greatest honor. I came to Baruch after 35 years in academia because for a long time, I felt that higher education in the United States is not the best it can be. Certainly not for the largest and most prosperous democracy in the world. Way too many Americans are denied opportunity for college education and a shot at the American dream. But Baruch, soon your alma mater, occupies a niche that has the potential to change higher education, and through graduates such as you, we have the power to change society for the better. Baruch has a unique value proposition. We are renowned for delivering top-notch academic programs that are on par with most elite universities in the country. But we do so at an affordable price that opens the door for everyone who has the motivation and the capability to do the hard work to succeed. Indeed, providing access to excellence is Baruch's differentiator. And it gives us an advantage that you do not see in other top-tier universities. True diversity in all dimensions. The incredible diversity of our graduates injects fresh perspectives into the workplace that become the source of creativity and innovation. The Wall Street Journal conducted cooperative rankings among S&P 500 companies, and they concluded that it is diverse and inclusive cultures that are providing companies with a competitive edge over their peers. If this reminds you of the source of vibrancy in America brought by immigration and social mobility, you're starting to see the bigger picture. And you should see yourself as a critical part of that picture. And now, because of the pandemic, we know how technology could free us from traditional ways of thinking. With our ability to learn and grow across multiple platforms, the Baruch experience can expand exponentially, and we can fully leverage and engage the city. For instance, more faculty could take their classes to engage in community-based learning everywhere in the city. More students could take advantage of the world-class cultural organizations around us, museums, libraries, and their incredible collections. And we can build more meaningful partnership with business, large and small, private foundations, government agencies, and media giants that are all around us right here in New York City. You know, many top universities offer semester in New York programs just like this, but they often come with a big price tag. For Baruch, New York can be our classroom, our laboratory, and our campus in ways we have never imagined before. How about real-world experience and internships throughout the city, which has been and should become a signature of a Baruch education that every student experiences? What if we use this new platform to expand our reach and to help New York City, our hometown, build back better, to be more sustainable, cleaner, more equitable, and fairer for everyone? So many of you already work to pay for college, to help make ends meet at home, and to advance your career while attending graduate school. I know it feels like hardship, and sometimes it gets so hard you don't know if you can get through it. But what you have experienced will be an asset for you for the rest of your life. I know this personally because I did all kinds of odd jobs when I was in college. Among my first jobs was making deliveries on a motorbike in the busy streets and back alleys of Taipei. Whenever I see a dasher on the street of New York, it reminds me of that time in my life. Later, during my compository military service in the Taiwanese Navy, one of my jobs was to strip paint and rust from the deep in the inner halls of the World War II frigate. This experience taught me never to take anything for granted. I'm grateful for every opportunity I was given, and I want others to have the same opportunities I had. You will find this mindset to be tremendously helpful to you too, and you see the world a little differently. Some of your future colleagues at work may be a little better off when they were in college. Many of them may have graduated from elite schools, but as a Baruch alumnus, you can hold your head high. Not only do you get a rigorous education that is not any lesser in quality, you may have experiences that they do not, and you may have a better story to tell. But first, you must own your story, share your story, and be proud of your story, as there are powers in your experience and your perspective that will make your organization better, stronger, more innovative, and more inclusive. I look forward to seeing you soon in person as members of the Global Baruch College Alumni Network. I will be cheering you on as your future unfolds with the great things you will accomplish. As I congratulate each of you, please take a moment to thank all the people who helped you to get to this great day. Your parents, family members, bosses, colleagues, professors, mentors, I'm sure the list is long. I wish you the best of success and be proud. You graduated from Baruch. It is now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Assemblywoman Karina Reyes. She was born in the neighborhood of Los Minas, Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. And she relocated to Fajardos, Puerto Rico until she was 6 years old. Her family then moved to Queens, New York. Karina has lived in the Bronx for nearly 20 years, and she is serving her first term as a member of Assembly to the 87th District of New York. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Karina, who earned her nursing degree from the Bronx Community College, returned to work as a nurse on the front line at the Montefiore Einstein Hospital. The experience has given her a rare and sobering perspective and underscore her strong character, selfless work, and commitment to her community. Assemblywoman Reyes attended Baruch College studying communications and then returned to school to pursue a career in nursing. Subsequently, as a student nurse, Karina volunteered in Haiti after the earthquake in 2010 and participated in numerous community health fairs in the Bronx. She became a registered nurse in the oncology department at Montefiore Albert Einstein Hospital. Karina also joined the New York State Nursing Association and served as vice chair of the bargaining unit at Einstein Hospital. Karina is a staunch advocate for the City University of New York. She is the prime sponsor of the State Assembly of the New Deal for CUNY bill, which would provide additional support for students around the mental health and advising and help fund academic instructions and innovation. Assemblywoman Reyes currently lives in Parkchester with her two sons, Alexander and Sebastian, and she has made it her life goal to represent those who need it the most. Without further ado, Assemblywoman Reyes, everyone.
Greetings, class of 2021, faculty and family. I want to thank President David Wu for inviting me to speak to all of you today at your commencement ceremony. And this has indeed been a very difficult year for all of us. But through it all, you persevered, and here you are. I remember my feeling walking through the doors of Baruch for the very first time as a freshman student. I remember feeling overwhelmed and overcome with imposter syndrome. And I think for you to understand that feeling, you also have to understand where I came from. I immigrated to this country when I was 6 years old with my mom, and we lived in Corona, Queens. I went to public school. I was an English language learner. I had a fear of speaking English or writing English, and was always afraid of expressing myself because I had a fear of not sounding intelligent enough or people not understanding what I was trying to say. And it's ironic now, fast forward till today, that I do a lot of public speaking in my work. Even agonizing about putting these remarks together today to address all of you. That feeling has never left, and it's never subsided. But I remember as a student having an experience of coming to Baruch and seeing a melting pot of students from all over and different walks of life, and not having been exposed to that kind of diversity in public school. And of course, I was afraid that I wasn't going to live up to the standards of this school, and I wasn't going to be able to perform. And I think for those reasons, my experiences at Baruch are a little bit of a blur. And that's for multiple reasons. I think I was a student who I worked full time to help my mom pay for some of my education. Out of all my friends that I graduated high school with, my closest friends, I was the only one that was attending college. So in that sense, I was very distracted. I had trouble connecting and visualizing a better or different future for myself. But I kind of plugged along, and it's interesting because now I look back and I think about like freshman year, taking a torts law class and thinking I'm never going to use this. And today I legislator and I craft laws, and I spend a lot of time reading legal language. And sometimes you never think how much you're going to use the things that you learn every day. You think it's monotonous and you're just going through the motions, but life has a way of reminding you how important it is to learn a little bit about everything. When I was right after college, right after leaving Baruch, I became pregnant with my first son, and the pressures of having to be a mom kind of put my career on hold, and I never really worked in the field that I studied in. And I don't think I would have known how to do that either way. Like I said, I think I was just a very distracted youth. So when I finally decided to change careers, I was 26 years old and had 2 children, and I decided to enroll in nursing school for a second degree. And I was working full time, I was providing for my family, but I knew that I wanted to change careers and I wanted to do something that was meaningful, and that could fulfill me in a way that the work that I was doing wasn't able to. And I remember the day I graduated from nursing school, also a CUNY school in the Bronx, because I am a CUNY grad through and through. Graduating from nursing school was one of my proudest achievements, because it reminded me of my strength, and it reminded me at a time where it seemed like everything was so hard that I could do anything. And for many of you, that is the feeling that you are experiencing today. Many of you are the first to graduate in your family, or the first to graduate to be a college grad in this country, because many of you may be first-generation immigrants. Maybe many of you have a family, and you have had to sacrifice so much to get to this point. Or maybe you are a student who it's just taken you a little bit longer to finish, because life happens, but here you are. You know, I often get asked, where did I go to school? Who was your mentor? How did you get into politics? Because they're trying to connect the dots to figure out how I ended up here. Some folks attempt to draw conclusions about what makes a leader. And I believe a title does not make a leader. I could have been scraping gum off the sidewalk, and I would have been the best darn sidewalk gum scraper there was. Because regardless of where I would have ended up, I would have made sure that I would have put my best foot forward. And if I could give you one piece of advice, is to strive to be a leader every day in everything you do. And that means putting your best foot forward, always leading by example, remembering that your work is a reflection of you. And like what I always tell my children is always do what's right, even when no one is looking. So you are all leaders in your own right. And when you stay true to yourself and pursue any endeavor with pride, the world will pay attention. I approach my work as a legislator in that manner. I fight for and champion issues that speak to my truth and the truth of the communities that I am so fortunate to represent. Whether that means fighting for immigrant rights, or health equity, or environmental justice, or fighting for education, or most recently this year, fighting for a new deal for CUNY to make sure that CUNY is tuition free for all our students. I put my all into the work because I know that it's not about me, but rather our collective well-being. And that is what leadership is. It's being able to see beyond yourself. And that's what all these years in Baruch have prepared you for, to contribute in your own way to the collective good. Our future is very, very bright because of all of you. I want to wish you all the best of luck. I want to congratulate all the families that have supported you, your loved ones, your teachers that have seen you and helped you through to this moment. We are so very proud of you, and we know that you will be doing great things. So I want to congratulate the class of 2021 and wish you Godspeed. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you for those moving remarks, Assemblywoman Reyes. It is now my honor to recognize this year's valedictorian, Alyssa Fuchs. Alyssa, who will address the class of 2021 in a moment, is a Mokley Honors student majoring in finance and minoring in New York City studies. And she was inducted in the Beta Gamma Sigma Academic Honors Society. She has consistently been included on the Dean's List and is a Dr. Wendy Heyman Public Interest Fellow. On campus, Alyssa participated in various co-curricular activities, including Hillel at Baruch, the Venture Capital Club, Real Estate and Finance Club, and Tamid. She also engaged in a variety of volunteer activities outside of campus, including Kids of College, an organization dedicated to the support of sick children and their families, and Tamkei Shabbat, a program that provides food to the needy. Additionally, she served as youth director for congregation-based Telfia of Woodmere, New York, where she developed educational programming and provided structure for children of different age groups, increasing and retaining attendance, and organized social and holiday events for children. Alyssa spent the last 2 summers interning at JP Morgan Chase & Company as a summer analyst and looks forward to beginning her career as a global finance and business management analyst following her graduation this May. Alyssa, your classmates and I are eager to hear what you have to say.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Greetings, President Wu, Provost Lee, deans, faculty, family, special guests, and my fellow graduates, the class of 2021. We did it! I would like to take a moment to congratulate the salutatorian, CJ, who you heard from yesterday at the Student Achievement Awards ceremony. It is an honor and a privilege to have been selected as this year's valedictorian. If I had to create a title of a book which I felt adequately described my experience in Baruch College over the past 4 years, it would be Baruch College, Riding the Waves of Life. As we all know, life is full of ups and downs, whether as a student in a specific class or semester, or when facing the arduous life challenges thrown at us. Having spent the past 4 years surrounded by a variety of individuals, each with a distinct life story, I've been continuously reminded how crucial it is to be prepared for what is yet to come. I enjoyed learning about the journeys of my fellow classmates, including an aspirant Nigerian accountant, a Chilean choreographer, and a Guatemalan environmental studies advocate. Each of these individuals faced challenges as they settled in the United States and had to learn a new language. Their commitment to being the change they wished to see in the world had a powerful impact on me and triggered my thirst for mindfulness. Baruch College has taught me what it means to work hard in a competitive environment while staying true to my values and ensuring the success of the others around me as well. I believe these often contrasting characteristics are not instituted and encouraged in many other schools, which is what lends to Baruch College's unique and extraordinary reputation. The skills we have obtained throughout our time at Baruch College have clearly translated to the past year during these difficult and unprecedented times. The world was turned upside down with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, so more important than having a plan was having a strong tool set to face our new reality. What was once Baruch College on 25th and Lex turned into Baruch Without Borders from your own home. Together, we were encouraged to call upon our inner and outer resources to keep moving forward and to make the most of all that we had learned from our time on campus. Although the resiliency muscle is one which was newly introduced to some over the course of the past 14 months, as a Jewish descendant of immigrants to the United States, I have been strengthening this muscle for quite some time. After the Holocaust, my surviving great-grandparents and grandparents immigrated to the United States to make a better life for themselves and for the generations that were to follow. They arrived in the country without a penny to their names or a grasp of the English language, only with a passion and a goal in their hearts to succeed. This empowered them to settle down and build a community, which after a tremendous amount of hard work and dedication, began to flourish and thrive. Throughout the process, they placed a large emphasis on education, as they believed it would allow them to build a strong foundation in the community at large and enable their children to grow and prosper. My maternal grandmother, who I am named after, faced various struggles and stumbling blocks throughout her life. My grandfather was sick and could not make a living, but my grandmother took it upon herself to do the best that she could for her children. She continued to persevere through the hardships she and the rest of my family faced. My grandmother, along with many other Jews who immigrated to America, united together and broke barriers, achieving what nobody believed they ever could. It is in my spiritual DNA to draw strength from my ancestors, to work hard, and to follow my dreams as well. The stories of my ancestors have ingrained in me the lessons and mottos that they live by. The word Baruch in Hebrew is Baruch, and translates as blessed in English, which I believe to be so incredibly apropos. I feel blessed to have gone to a school and be part of a family where I was encouraged to pursue a finance degree that I am passionate about. I spent the last 2 summers as an analyst at JP Morgan, a goal of mine that would not have been reached without the support of the Star Career Development Center, and I look forward to beginning my career at JP Morgan as a global finance and business management analyst post-graduation. One of the many transformative experiences which contributed to my Baruch story was the 2nd semester of my freshman year in my communications class with Professor Beth Seplow. I vividly recall her discussing the idea of stepping out of one's comfort zone, because ultimately the sky is the limit. She strongly conveyed the message that when it feels like the world is against you, the best thing to do is hold your head up high and show everyone why they are wrong. When I walked out of that class, I was reminded about the strength, resilience, and courage my ancestors embodied. It was at that moment when I saw all of the individuals around me who were also following their dreams and making their families proud. Together, as a Baruch community, we stand united and encourage one another's accomplishments. The various clubs, events, and programs directed at one's success in the business world introduced me to other ambitious individuals who wanted to mentor future generations as well. It was a privilege to be part of an institution that focuses on community service and academic excellence, empowering me to find my true self. Ultimately, the most critical underlying theme, which I would like to highlight, and I believe has been amplified over the past year, is the attitude of gratitude. What has become clear is that we do not know what tomorrow looks like. So it is important to be grateful for what we currently have and to live in the moment. I encourage you all to take the time to appreciate what you have and to show gratitude to those who have played an integral role in your life. Call that person, check in, and express your sincere thanks for enabling you to get to where you are today. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the administrators, faculty, you, my peers, the class of 2021, for enriching every day of the past 4 years with an energy of excitement and a passion to succeed. I would also like to thank the people who helped me get to this point outside of my academic career, including my rabbis, teachers, and mentors, who have deepened my life with purpose and meaning. In addition, I would like to thank my sister and brother-in-law for their continued guidance and support throughout my various all-nighters and stressful final seasons, and most importantly, my parents, for raising me in a loving home where honesty, resilience, education, and community service are the pillars on which we stand. Now, 4 years later, I can confidently say Baruch College has taught me how to ride the waves of life. Congratulations, class of 2021. We did it together. Thank you.
Thank you for those inspiring words, Lisa. Please keep in touch and let us know how your journey unfolds. Now, there is a time-honored tradition in higher education of presenting an honorable doctoral degree to a person who has made a significant difference in society. This degree is presented honoris causa, meaning for honorable cause or reason, and it is the highest honor Baruch confers upon an individual for non-academic achievement. This year, Baruch College recognized Dr. Raj Chatty for his dedication to ensuring access to economic equity and equality, inspiring policies and initiatives that ensure the social mobility of today's generations, which embody the historic and continuing mission of Baruch College and the City University of New York. Raj Chatty is a William A. Ackman Professor of Public Economics at Harvard University and Director of Opportunity Insights. Chatty's research combined empirical evidence and economic theory to help design more effective government policies. His work on tax policy, unemployment insurance, and education has been widely cited in media outlets and congressional testimony. His current research focuses on equity of opportunity. How can we give children from disadvantaged backgrounds better chance of succeeding. Chetty earned his A.B. summa cum laude from Harvard College in 2000 and his PhD from Harvard University in 2008. At the age of 23, Chetty became a professor at the University of California at Berkeley until 2000, when he returned to Harvard as one of the youngest tenured professors in Harvard's history. Chetty joined Stanford University as a faculty member from 2015 to 2018, and in summer 2018, he returned to Harvard, where he rejoined the economic department and launched Opportunity Insights. Chetty has received numerous awards for his research, including MacArthur Genius Fellowship and the John Bates Clark Medal given to the economists under 40 and whose work is judged to have made the most significant contribution to the field. He has also received the Sherwin-Rosen Prize for the Society of Labor Economics and Calvo Armengo International Prize in Economics. He was elected as Fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences in 2014 and a member of the National Academy of Science in 2018. Dr. Chetty, in recognition of your exemplary accomplishment in economics, Baruch College is proud to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa. Please join me in congratulating our honorary degree recipient, Dr. Raj Chetty. I would like to ask Dr. Chetty to say a few words to our graduates.
Thank you so much to the President, Provost, and entire Baruch community for this honorary degree. I'm truly honored to receive this recognition. In my research, I've focused for the past several years on equality of opportunity. How can we give kids from disadvantaged backgrounds better chances of rising up and achieving the American dream? And there's no institution in my mind that better exemplifies a place that facilitates upward mobility for many kids than Baruch College and the CUNY system more broadly. In our research, we've collected data on social mobility at virtually every college in the United States, measuring the fraction of kids who come from low and middle income families and attend each college and how well they do after graduation. And what we found quite consistently is that Baruch in particular and the CUNY system more generally rank at the top in terms of their ability to serve as escalators for kids coming from lower and middle income families and helping them rise up and reach the middle class or even beyond and do great things in their life. For that, I'm extremely grateful for the contributions of Baruch and the CUNY system, and I think it stands as an example to be emulated in the American higher education system more broadly. For the graduates this year, congratulations on a terrific achievement of graduating from Baruch. You are graduating at a time of great challenges in the world, of course, in the midst of a once-in-a-generation pandemic, but I think you're also graduating at a time of great opportunities to make an enormous difference in the world, addressing problems like growing inequality, declining social mobility, and climate change. I think you're incredibly well equipped to make a difference on those important issues going forward with what you've learned at Baruch. And so I wish you all the best in contributing to the world going forward and making a difference for the next generation. Congratulations and all the best.
Now, it is time for today's main event, the conferral of bachelor's and master's degrees granted by Baruch College of the City, University of New York. I also want to acknowledge that the Baruch is awarding doctoral degrees this year to students who completed their coursework and dissertations under the supervision of Baruch College faculty. Now I would like to turn the proceedings over to Dr. David Britzel, Marx Dean of the Austin W. Marx School of Public and International Affairs, Dr. Jessica Lang, Interim Dean of the George and Mildred Weissman School of Arts and Sciences, and Dr. Fenwick Huss, Willem Kuiker, Dean of Zicklin School of Business.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the Austin W. Marx School of Public and International Affairs, I am pleased to present you the visionary, compassionate candidates for Master of International Affairs, Master of Public Affairs, and Master of Science and Education in Higher Education Administration. I also present candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the Marx School of Public and International Affairs. Together, these Marx graduates represent the future of our governments, our schools, and our nonprofit organizations. Knowing many of these students, I can attest that we have every reason to be optimistic about the future of our community and the world. I respectfully ask that you award all the Marx candidates the degrees they've earned. Accepting a symbolic diploma on behalf of the class is Feba George.
Thank you, Dean Birdsell and President Wu. I happily accept this degree on behalf of all my fellow Marx graduates. Congratulations to my Marx classmates and to all the Baruch graduates.
Mr. President, on behalf of the George and Mildred Weissman School of Arts and Sciences, I am pleased to present to you the most creative and dedicated candidates for the Master of Arts and Master of Science degrees. I am also honored to present to you candidates for the Bachelor of Arts and Science degrees in the Weissman School of Arts and Sciences. They have pursued a traditional liberal arts curriculum and taken advantage of the professional training available to them. As a result, they are ready for anything. I respectfully ask that you award all Weissman candidates the degree earned. Accepting a symbolic diploma on behalf of the class is Sidonia Hakimi.
Thank you, Dean Lang and President Wu. I am honored to accept this symbolic degree on behalf of my fellow Weissman graduates. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the Zicklin School of Business, it is my honor to present candidates for the Master of Business Administration and Master of Science degree programs. These astute professionals are poised for real leadership in the business community. I'm also pleased to present to you the talented and ambitious candidates for the Bachelor of Business Administration degree. I respectfully ask that you award the Zicklin candidates their degrees as earned. Accepting a symbolic diploma on behalf of the class is Isaac Weinstock.
Thank you, Dean Huss, and thank you, President Wu. I'm honored to accept this symbolic degree, and I wanted to congratulate all of my fellow Zicklin graduates on this incredible accomplishment.
I now ask all the candidates from all the schools to get your camera ready and rise for the conferral of your degrees. Candidates with authority granted by the Charter of the State of New York and the Board of Trustees and dedicated by the board to me this day, I confer upon you the degree for which you have worked so hard with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto. In accord with the honor tradition, I ask all the graduates to move the tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left. Graduates, you have now joined the exceptional group, the alumni of Baruch College, who distinguished themselves in the rich commercial, civic, and cultural life of this great city and beyond. Congratulations. Take a selfie, take a quick video, and share it with your family, friends, and the rest of the Baruch community using the hashtag below.
Standing high above the city.